as we are here, for us, we have conceptualized drug trafficking as a serious security threat. We are hearing incidences of children in schools going with cookies. They call them mandazi. Baba mabali. Abana abasikira obundazi kumbe babatedde muki. Abana ne batandika okufuuka abekita. So if we take this thing less serious, it will take us. And when we are discussing, people think this is for government. And when they are talking about government, they are talking about the minister, they are talking about police, they are not talking about themselves. So, we don't have kind words. Because it is a serious matter. Why? Countries that have taken it lightly have ended up disintegrating. I was once in the East African Fusion Center where we were looking at all these dynamics from now the Eastern Africa, around 12 countries. And we were seeing a very serious trend of these two things we are talking about, drug trafficking and human trafficking. So, it is a real security threat that all of us need to get serious. Bamama never tata bali. Obwavu temtuletera bintu bino olowooza nti birungi gye tuli. No. I liked the gentleman who was here first. I found that gentleman talked something. Where is he? The one who talked before we started was talking about very simple things, but he gave a very strong message. He's there. If we can all, Uganda, I think God, if there is a country that he created with all of his hands when he was fresh, it is Uganda. Some of you go to our colleagues who go outside, you go to the Arab world, you can finish 6 months without rain, you don't have fertile land, and the other guys who are welcoming us, instead of us giving them something. So, this matter that we are talking about, that it's not safe, that it's not good, other people are admiring it. That's why the gentleman, when he moved from Cairo up to down, he said, I've never come across a country that is as beautiful as Uganda, and that's why he called it the Pearl of Africa, and it has never changed. A country where we have over 10 rivers, or a very village, from one village to another, there is a swamp there. Nobody is using it. There are countries without water, but they are advancing better than us. Our mind is locked somewhere. So we shall talk nice English. Action. All will be wasted. Afande, thank you so much for listening to me. God bless you.
Now, my message to you as religious leaders especially is go and tell our people that's not very profitable to engage in human trafficking and drug trafficking. Tebuli magoba okukusa abantu, tebuli magoba okutunda ebiragala. Naye si bwe musobose mujjukire emyaka nga mbere gyayita batwalaga abantu nga bojja wano batwala Amerika batwala mugugu human trafficking eyasooka tebulowooza yakatandika human trafficking eyasooka baali bazungu bawajjaga wano abantu babasafugwa nebatwala ki Amerika kugenda kukolera bwereere. So ebyabantu okubonyabanya bannaabwe tebitandise kati. This business of human trafficking is not unique to Africa. Slavery was human trafficking. So bino bya kiso kya mbuzi sibijuza we are all Kulankas. Secondly, the problem of drug trafficking is not unique to us or African countries. Mungwe mubuli, waliwe chika echirimu naka echikachira naka waliwe enyume echikachiru mubuli waliwe enyumba eyimirirewo ngerimu echikachiru okubera n'enyumba tekubere bwebika bibiri owempeewo n'owempologoma kubanga owempeewo tawasa wa pologoma owempeewo tawasa wa mpeewo owempologoma tawasa wa pologoma omukyala tewakuba wa mpeewo omusajja abeki. So you cannot have drug trafficking when there are no consumers. Singa tewali katale jebutwale bagaleri mwanaka mwana mute so sifefeka utwete mu abatwale bagalinaka consuming. Do the drug traffickers consume the drugs? Wanayobeba dawa za kulevya ni wanatumia kamwe singeri jeba bitwara tebabera yukatali byandegezeyo mubuli. So n'olwekyo kino ekizibu kya nsi yonna abatunda abakola ki Therefore, this business of drug trafficking is going to be a universal problem, is going to be looked at as a universal problem, seeking a universal solution. Those who traffic and those who consume. So, wherever they look at the warrior, I am come up with the same Bamadi, Lama, Amato, Jagaramunyami. Secret one choka, you are ready. One of our own the same. Avana Mafe, I won't the same. I was said, I can't ate ekizibu abaana abakozesa ebiragalalagala ebyo si baana abaavu si bawansi. Wako omwana wa bulijjo obulaka kundi esente ez'okula ebidagala zitazirina. Abakozesa ebiragala ebyo baffe abalina kukka kuki kubanga oli atalina kyakulya talina sente zikola ki bagamba abaana boneresa amasomero omwana atasula munaka mu ssomero era nagunda akusangawo ajja nasooka n'addayo nazayo omwana munaku wa Katonda. So those who use drugs, the children who are spoiled are yours, you the middle class. It's not those village children. In my village in Kashesha, I've not seen anybody consuming drugs except the ones in town. Those who are border, what, because they have some little money. But these ones who are raising cows and looking after goats, first of all, they have access to the drugs. They don't know about them. They don't even have the money to buy the drugs. So it's the children of the middle class and the local protected. Kubanga abakozesa abaleta mu tawuni bwe wabula sente kiro ne bamenyamu amayumba bafunde sente eziragulaki. So umbaga mwagala kumanya abaana abakozesa ebiragalalagala ebyo baabo abamwe abalina ku ssente n'abo abaleeta mu tawuni ekiro ne bamenya amayumba balintu bafune akasente kokugula ki amalagala. So abapoliisi muteka okukupa ssente kubanga ze bagulidde musafiri. I'm not going to make analysis to you for free. I'm not a consultant. It's a problem. Drug trafficking is a problem for those in the diaspora who consume the drugs, and for us and our children who consume the drugs. Babi joku internet. I think internet is a particular book. You can't close the internet where they get this information. You can't push away the newspapers where they get these things from. You can't close the television where they access this information. What we have to do is also to run and catch up with them and give them advice about the negative effect of use of drugs. Mulimu kwafenga abazadde okulaba nti abaana baffe tubabuulirira wadde bino tetubitegeera naye bino bimulimu bibi. So the chief of drug trafficking and human trafficking. Human traffickers, those are slightly more complicated. Kwanga bakukusaba abantu si bantu babulijjo abatwala abantu babalimba bagenda kufunira emirimu, babalimba bagenda kuwonanga kundi abantu ffe bambi end of the day nebesanga mu kati abaga obuzibu. Drug trafficking is not a trade for ordinary people. These are specialized people who engage in drug trafficking. And it's the responsibility of security services to ensure we eradicate this problem of drug trafficking. Not only eradicate, but governments should put very severe punishment. We should improve the law to punish very severely those who engage in human, not drug trafficking, human trafficking. Because human trafficking is a very heinous crime. Ate abatwala abantu, abakukusa abantu, si bantu babulijjo. Bagambye munaka mu masheeka nabo baliwo ababatwala ne babalimba babatwala Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia tebatuuka. Abalala bagamba babatwala kata tebatuuka oba babuliramu. There are people who take people and they are taking them for Umrah. Saudi Arabia bagenda kunaka kundi. N'abalala babatwala Israel for to go and see whether Jesus was born and died. Where was in Jerusalem? The priest looks like Kabbalah. They thought there would be something exciting. But when I went there, via the Rosa, yes, we are eaten. I want to get something in this Bible, Masera. The girls were there. I was there, who went to the oh, who gives you? Masera, I went to this Bible, you know. The name was a look. You were there, there was there, go to the Bible. I'm a Christian, so was I not? Okugenda kulamaga okugenda mu hija byadini mugambe omukwano gyaffe balekera okukozesa kutwala abantu baffe kubalimba bagenda kufuna emirimu bagenda kunokono bagenda kufuna emikisa bagenda nagenda Israeli nengenda ennaku zingi obugugu bwalugumu navayo kukyalo Nengama atoka kusema mwana ngenda kufuna na tuno ngenda mwana walinga mkono jani ati mwaje za ndozo zeze kazi ngenda kujana kujana abantu ne bagamba tufuana na Katonda feno rada together yeah wajita chinsu chana tufuana Katonda wa maji wiza na kumani kwa wale kutia aitaka bado kanisa God is almighty. How do you fight for him when he's almighty? How do you fight for the Almighty? God remember, does not forget. He's omniscient, he knows everything. He doesn't forget. We are fighting for God. God doesn't think mercenaries. So, please, those who thought they would fight for you, those who thought you would forget, look at them, they are there. So let's look at religion rationally. Let's look at religion rationally. It's good to praise God, to worship Him, but let's be rational. God should be perceived by the brain, not by emotion. Embrace religion philosophically, not emotionally. Katofira chi. Omusalamu gwa buleto. Wagenda okuzaalibwa n'osala omusalamu nga weebuli. Kwebuli ogenda kufa okole ki? One in your Islam, when it is challenged, the 5 pillars of Islam are challenged. One saw you are one sa empati tawe so Islam. Akugana okusala, akugana okuwazaka, akugana okusiiba, akugana okukola naka kumura hija ne sadaka. Zaka. Empati tawe so Islam. Zaka ina ndio ndio So, obo muntu awakira musiramu n'awakira empati tawe z'omusiramu wadde si musiramu obuwanisa bwaki Museveni awa mmere abasiiba bwe bagamba zaka agiweereza awakira abagenda ki emmaka akkiriza abasiraamu okusaala emirundi 5 n'abagala okusaala musanvu tabagaana n'ekirala kiki nankakuli okukkiriza Katonda takugaana kati Museveni olwanyisa lwaki tagenda muzikiti olwanyisa lwaki awogera musiramu wali musajja mukafiri bwawa kayina ebintu byonna bimwogedde kuzenduwagire talawiya netuukayo ne batandika okusaba Siwe amjenga nanga bana muti tukeni. No msajja kugata sipoke fikwa. Kitegeeza kujja wange yali musiraamu ku maaso naye omutima yatanakola ate abo bebatuleta ki tekimu n'abalokole waliwo abasinga Yesu obulokole n'afuuka obulokole kusinga Yesu. Yesu yasonyiwanga yayagala kulwana wano wotuuse Yesu teyatuukako, woyagala okukoma Yesu teyatuukako, oyiseku Yesu yakola ki? You are more Christian than Jesus. You are more Christian than Jesus. Ebyo nabyo ebikola ki? Ebireeta ebizibu. Mubeere ku nsi kuno, mubeere ba mirembe. Nze ngamba abantu, on Monday I'm a Catholic, on Tuesday I'm Church of Uganda, on Wednesday I am Pentecostal, on Thursday ndi mubensasi nkuba ensasi, on Friday ndi musiraamu, ku Saturday ndi wuwa, Sunday genda kuwuga. Mumanyi lwaki? Kubanga abantu Katonda be yamupankulembere bonna bakkiriza mu ddiini zino. I want a Muslim to meet me and feel he has met a fellow Muslim. I want a Protestant to meet me on the road and feel he or she has met a fellow Protestant. A Pentecostal should feel comfortable with me. Seventh-day should feel very comfortable with me. No yakuya sasi. Kubanga na yudi. God has not killed these people who believe in these religions. Why should I? He has not judged them. Who am I to judge them? God is creation. But I came to Mutasole did a year. Aliudawa tawasira batulawansi bakugambe twagala tv bakuntulwasi omutuguwo abamu balekana leka balekane eddoboozi linobasalito webatebogera gona waliwo owulire Katonda bagamba temundekane. Please. Abakulawasi ne basaale abalekana balekane abakukula bwereere abatogera nabo basiike buli muntu yenna aligenda mukumu alibalamula yoolu ate tantumangako nga advocate we. God has not appointed me his lawyer on earth. God has not appointed me his lawyer on earth. So I'm not going to judge anybody. Sija kusalira muntu musango nga Katonda tanakola ki? Temulaba. Genda kusoka hivi. So, you church leaders, mbasaba, help us with banabo kusema amalagala, banabatwala abantu n'okuyamba abaana baffe. Okuyamba abaana baffe. Mulabe nti ezzadde lyaffe teryonooneka, because when you don't have children, you don't have a future. Our youth is our hope. So let's pull together government, security agencies, everybody, to ensure that we save our children. And find time for the young people. Find time, find time. Now our police, don't beat these young people. Arrest them with a view to rehabilitating them, not punishing them. Because what they know, you know. What you know, they don't. Allow youth to be youth. Allow children to be children. Singa, tebali bana, tebali kuzije bakora. Oyo usanga umusajja mukuru ngaze nange ngo atecho beshu. I'm not surprised if it Tuweza usanga umusajja mukuru kola ebyabana bato. Ate tuweza kusubira omwana omuto okukola ebyabakulu kubanga si muntu mukulu. Omwana atemukolera ki? Mwana. Mubayambe baite mu youthful stage. Namwe police security ebiki. We should be looking at rehabilitating rather than punishing these youth. Because they are still one, you know, they are like Baringabendera. You know, when I'm looking for votes with the constituency, I always deal with the youth arrest. I deal with them last night because today they are with you, the other day they are with the other fellow. They first run around all the candidates. You wait for them at the last minute. When they are disappointed with everybody. But the adults, when you finally have taken a position, changing them is a problem. The youth, they are like a flag. So let's look at the youth as youth and their future. Remember, we were also young at one time. I remember when Makere, we looked up the vice chancellor, the later Dr. Wandera in the toilet. Yes, I got to admit to myself, but you know, Dr. Wandera in the toilet at Makere. Now when I look at them, say, this was true. What vice chancellor? But at that time, it was very amusing.
2023 Trafficking in Person Annual Report issued by the U.S. State Department Office to monitor and combat trafficking in persons. I like the report that was read by, a summarized report that was read by the police, unfortunately the minister has gone, but there are some things that we should have asked in terms of questions, clarifications, because when we are here, we are supposed to open all the clouds that come to your aids and you want to be clarified by government. I'm not going to read the entire speech that have been written here. I'm going to talk to you why we are all here. And we know very well that the Ministry of Gender is providing decent employment opportunities for the youth, protecting Ugandan migrant workers abroad, strengthening mechanisms for safe migration, enhancing economic contribution of Ugandan migrant workers through remittance, strengthening bilateral labor relations with recipient countries, and also improving the welfare of Ugandan migrant workers and their families. The last meeting we had here, we didn't have the questions. And I'm happy today you're here because the congregation requested that you should be here. We had the minister saying here, it is not only Muslims, and it's not Muslims, because there was that implication. It is all of us. People who go for tourism, either for Muslim tourism or Christian tourism, even others go for medical tourism, and they end up being duped in the process. They leave home willingly, knowing we are going for this. But in between, like now if you're going between, I come from Nakapriprit, between here and Nakapriprit, but somewhere between Iganga and Imbale, our people meet. with some people who interfere with them and give them these drugs. The meeting we had here, we had talked about a girl who had been trafficked. And she got her with the drugs. But the week after that, a Ugandan girl was got in India. The same week when we were here, she was got with the drugs. And the same week, there was a Ugandan boy who was got in Seychelles. Those are a few that we are able to get through social media. What about the rest that we are not able to know? The unknown. The reason as to why government is bringing all of us here is to remove that issue. One, to sensitize the people who are we are leading in churches, in mosques, the people we are, because their company is also here. Sensitize the people we are supporting in labor externalization. That when you get out of the country, know you're going for this purpose. It's very, very, very painful for someone to come and convince your daughter to come and go to Saudi Arabia. And then the next news you get to know, they're going to, the Sharia law is going to catch up with her. That means she can never come back. Is there any parent here who would want to wish that? Even you who is taking out somebody's child. It's very, very painful. We have tried as much as possible to do sensitization as a ministry. I started with Busoga, I went to Elgon, Soroti, another leg we're going to come to Central, then we shall go to Western and Northern Uganda. Because we have to put these efforts together. The reason why government is bringing you here is something that we should collectively, comprehensively handle and sensitize our masses. In churches, in mosques, that when you're going out there, go when you're very, very conscious that you're meeting an enemy. And this enemy will bring your life to an end. Either you'll go and not come back, or never. Someone highlighted here, when someone every time they like blaming government. When these girls leave this country, or when they are trafficked, none of us here knows. By the time none of you knows, even government does not know. Because we have given people privileges. They can give a passport, they find themselves at the airport, they have paid for their ticket. Who are you to go and tell them where are you going? The security personnel who are here, the girls I have talked to, even last week I was in Riyadh, I came back on Friday, I went for a global conference. There is a big gap, a very big gap at the control system. And this is what is bringing all this. You realize the girls told me they are being asked for money at the control system. And I'm not ashamed to say this. Someone gets $200, each girl puts $200 in her passport. When the other person is going to stamp, they first remove the $200 and then they stamp. Now, that is 700,000 shillings, just given to one person, per person. Now, how much has she spent in other processes by the time she arrives at the control point? The Ministry of Gender is coming up with regulations. We are amending some regulations. And one of the regulations we are coming up is integration of the EMIS, that's an electronic system, and the Musanet. Even last week I had a meeting with the people in Riyadh, and they're coming here after Ramadan. We're going to ensure that our people are known. The challenge we're having right now, there's a girl who was running around the news in December. In my village, I was there for Christmas. If you send me a video, I'll not be able to open it because there's no network. So I managed to go to a certain district for prayers, and I opened. I saw so many people are sending me the video of Prosi. Some gold Prosi. I think you saw her, she had broken legs. Prosi's company that took her there stopped registration some good years ago. So after taking her there, our contract ended, she continued in another place. How does the government know that? Your relationship with the person who has taken you ended long time ago, is no longer even known by even the government. We didn't know even the company. By the time we checked in our records, they registered long time ago. Now we started now going back to Riyadh, looking, which is very difficult, looking for who was her employer in Riyadh. Now we managed to get the employer. Now, the other thing was the ticket for her, and somebody is going to bring her because she already develops a mental problem. Fortunately, I got a call from State House. They have managed to transport the girl, and person who is going to bring her, they are arriving here tomorrow. So, and there are many more others who are there that we don't know. Because those traffickers, the thing that has brought us here, take these girls out there, these children out there, and leave them. They don't care. It's very, very painful. The government of Saudi last time gave us 60 days amnesty for our girls to come. We managed to bring back, they managed to bring back, because government could not afford to bring for us over 300 girls. They're back home. The new ones, those ones who had that, they are now taking people back home. They started running. Yesterday I was in Riyadh. The deportation center is full. You'll ask yourself, did the other girls come back or this is a new chapter? But these are totally new people. That means they are yearning to come back home. And we are going to continue working with our partners, IOM and God well-wishers, to bring back our children. At least when they're back home, all of us will feel relieved. I don't care where you come from, but as long as you're Ugandan. They cry on media, government at Tuyambe, but when they arrive Kampala, they don't even say, government, we worry. They keep quiet. They're not to fire you. Because all the blessings go to us who are working for them. So we want them, if there's an emergency, before you even send us a picture of the person, tell us the name of the girl, the details, who she is, current location, and then also our current employer and the employer that took her away from here. It takes us just 2-3 days to get all the information on a black paper, and then we task the organization to bring back our girls. So, but when you put a picture there, you will say, oh no, she's having problems, she was trafficked, we don't know the organization, she's not registered with us, the organization is not known in Riyadh. It makes life very, very difficult, even for all of us, even you, a parent. So another amendment that we are putting as the Minister of Gender is to ensure that the agents are employers of your companies. Because some companies are having agents like brokers. Are we together? They go there to Masaka, they look for girls for you, you're here in Kampala waiting for the girls. But you don't know what they're doing to those girls. One, others are raping them. Two, others are abusing them sexually, they get HIV infection. Now because they are still in the training center, you know when you're preparing them to go, she has already got HIV. When she reaches there is no HIV in Riyadh, in Saudi. Now there are no ARVs. They die very miserably. Because even the government asks, how did these girls arrive here without checking for HIV? Kumbe these girls get infected in the course of transiting. So we want your agents, your brokers to be part of your organization so that they are liable. Because when a person knows I'm working on a contract, they will not even ask these girls for a chapa. They will not ask for a logbook. They will not ask for everything that I've been asking them. There are a lot of things that have gone wrong, but we have to work together and handle this as a team. I'm going to summarize. I'm seeing someone coming near me. He wants me to speak Luganda. So, to our day, Riyadh. Agenda ku Sunday, ku Monday ni kuma ku lockdown. Government agenda to over 40,000 jobs. Twetaaga buli company etwala abaana registering in government. Naffe muba mutuyamba okulaba nti bano abaana bwe bagenda eno company ebatutte. Bwe bafuna ebizibu eno company gye tutuukirira nti omwana wamutwalawa. Kiba kituyamba, what is what they call in English family tracing. Okuva wano ogenda kutuuka na kapiripiriti, ogenda kubuuza sub county gyavudde yerwa. It's not easy okujjako employer. Okitegeera? Kati nze singa mbadde Riyadh, omuntu yenna nansanga nga nfudde, anaagamba nti ndi Mukaramojja, ajja kusooka kuntwalako eyo kunnoonyereza ankole ate songa ewaffe wa Mukaramojja. Naye singa tulina kampani emanyi nti Anyakunu gy'aviiridde, yasobola okuzuula omwana gy'aviiridde. So mutuyambe ffe nga gavumenti, naffe tutabayamba. Bagenda kubeera ne insurance. It's going to be mandatory now. Naye bw'otwala omwana outside their systems, Saudi Arabia, they will not be insured. But if you go through the right way, that means you're not a trafficker. Those ones who are going through the back doors are traffickers. Our bana tebaja kubeera insured. Insurance is going to be mandatory for all domestic and skilled workers. Echocho, to get there, it is in black and white, and they are coming here after Ramadan to inform the government that there is insurance now for our children when they go there, which is very important. I know right now things are going smooth, although some of you cannot talk. We have been trying to streamline, make sure that your job orders are going, we are streamlining your payments that have been hanging. There are a lot of issues that have been there. Can you imagine, I met with the minister for Bangladesh, equivalent minister just like me. Bangladesh is getting $70 million. That is more than a budget of Uganda. $70 million from externalization. For us here, we are looking for taxes, we are doing one. But because some people here are trafficking children and they're not using the right channel, so even the government loses the money. So security, we need to work together and make sure that things are streamlined. These people who are doing things behind our backs, the government is losing a lot of money. Because we don't know who they are, we don't know where they are. We only know when it's time for danger. That's when we know their availability. Government etuyambe, minister, these days mama nyo kunkubira. But the sound nane ze chiro bankubira. Nimba kwata nibagamba tugenda bayamba. Ketwe wadeyo kuyamba abana baffe. Nibaza nnyo government Uganda Bureau of Hajj Affairs. Tujagala tukolagane twetuti. Abantu bo bagenda nze nali when you go outside this country, osanga abantu ba China nga baze for tourism. Batambulira wamu. Nibo babo bali bampi nnyo. Waliwo akabendera akabeera kati. Nkalaba nga kukawuuba. Okulaga nti tutuno mwite bantu waliwo tuyise. Oba tubeere nga tusobola kukola abaana betutwalamu abatwala abantu kungula ne Hajj. Wabeeyo guider. A person who is guiding them. Okulaba nga tubatutte tubakomezaawo. We can do that. But you should also do work with government. If it's an organized way of movement, we can have someone from the embassy to come and pick you people and make sure that you're going to the right place. But some people reach somewhere at some point, they deviate. Then they end up having trouble. They end up with drugs. They end up being exploited. We have told the government, and this one is not good news, of Riyadh to dismantle Mama Biyumbas. Mama Biyumbas, if you own a Mama Biyumba and you're here, you are destroying Uganda. If you go to a country for the first time, and you know there's somewhere where you can run to, and those are the Mama Biyumbas. And these Mama Biyumbas are spoiling our children. So when we are training them and sensitizing them, tell them, please don't go there, you're going to be a prostitute. Tell them you're going to get HIV, you're leaving Uganda without HIV. There are those people who are there rotating. You go, they use you, it Jesus Christ. You come back, you've gone to work, sexual work. You're here as a parent praying every day. All of us here, we pray for our children every day. But you don't know what someone is using in Mama Biyumba, your daughter. So it is very, very, we want to cooperate with the government of Riyadh to ensure that these Mama Biyumbas and other countries are removed. So please, let's work together. I'm not going to say much, but at least we shall improve the industry and protect Ugandans. We shall work together as a team. We need you. We cannot do without you. For God and my country.
Eno ye Salam TV.